let's be real for a second. If you're feeling a bit worried about your career thanks to AI, you are definitely not alone. We're all in the middle of this massive, massive shift. So, in this explainer, we're going to break down exactly how to navigate this new world and actually come out on top.
First things first, we need to forget some of the old advice we grew up with. For decades, hum sabko yahi sikhaya gaya, become a specialist, pick one thing and be the best at it. But as Vaibhav Sasinti points out here, that's just not the wisest path anymore. The entire game has changed.
You know that feeling? The one where you spend months learning a new skill, only to worry it might be totally useless by next year or even in 6 months? Well, that feeling actually has a name, skill paranoia. And it's real because AI is moving so incredibly fast that a lot of jobs that are, templated and don't require a lot of original thought, they're at risk.
So that leads us to the million-dollar question, right? In a world that's increasingly being run by AI, how do you actually win? How do you not just survive, but thrive and grow in your career? What's the new playbook?
Well, the answer is a totally new kind of role. The solution isn't about being a better specialist. It's about becoming something entirely different. It's time to talk about the rise of the AI generalist.
So what on earth is an AI generalist? Think of it like this. It's someone who can look at any problem, doesn't matter if it's in marketing, product, or even a simple coding task, and figure out how to solve it using AI. The specific field isn't the point. The skill is problem solving with AI.
And just look at how dramatically this changes things. In the past, you'd have a team that was, say, 80% specialists. But in the very near future, that whole ratio is expected to flip on its head. We're talking 80% of the team will be AI generalists, and only 20% will be those deep specialists. That's a fundamental change in how companies will work.
Okay, so you're probably thinking, great, I get it, but how do I actually become an AI generalist? Well, this is the most practical part of our breakdown. We're going to lay out a super clear 5-level roadmap for you. Seriously, think of this as your personal study guide that you can start using literally today.
All right, let's quickly walk through this path. It all starts at level 0, explore. Here, you're just playing around, seeing what's even possible. Then you move to level 1, learn, where you really get the basics of things like LLMs and prompting. Levels 2 and 3 are about mastering multimodality, so moving beyond just text into images, video, and audio. And then the real fun starts. At level 4, you build. You start creating actual products without code. And finally, level 5 is deploy, where you use AI agents to automate entire workflows. It's a journey.
Now, for these first 2 levels, the absolute most important thing you can do is just start. Get your hands dirty. Play with ChatGPT, Gemini, Claude. If you're looking for a specific tool, a fantastic resource is there'sanaIforthat.com. But really, focus on understanding how these language models work and how to write good prompts. That's the foundation for everything else.
Now, levels 2 and 3 are all about getting good with AI for images and audio, which is super cool. But let's jump ahead to level 4, because this is where everything changes. This is the point where you stop just learning about AI and you start building with it. And here's the best part, you don't have to be a coder.
Just pause and think about how huge this is. For years, if you wanted to build software, you had to learn these complex, difficult programming languages. But now, the programming language of the future is just English. It's your own language. How you explain what you want is the new code.
I mean, think about what this unlocks. You can now build actual tools, full products, MVPs for startup, whatever you want, without writing a single line of code. If you know how to pick the right AI model and write a clear prompt, you're a builder. It's wild to think that a 20-year-old could literally build 5 useful tools for a company in just 5 hours.
And that brings us to the final, most advanced stage, level 5. This is where you go from building tools to deploying AI agents. It's like building your own personal AI workforce that's on the job 24/7, doing things for you.
And remember that team shift we talked about? Well, here's what it looks like with AI agents in the mix. Teams that were once 80% human are moving towards a model where 80% of the tasks are handled by AI agents, all managed by that remaining 20% of humans. This is the new workforce reality.
So what do these agents actually do? This isn't just theory. Let's take a real-world example from the source material, an agent they built called Jerry. This AI makes pre-sales calls to new leads in less than 10 minutes. It can attend meetings for you and then send you a summary with action items. It follows up with people over messages for feedback. It basically automates entire complex workflows.
So here's the main takeaway, the most important thing to remember. This whole journey, this whole roadmap,
It's not just about job security. It's not a defensive move. It's an offensive one. It's about becoming a builder, a creator, a problem solver in a whole new league.
And in this slide really puts the scale of this opportunity into perspective. It used to take big teams and a lot of money to build $1 million business. Now that number is shrinking so fast that in some cases it's just one person. If you become truly AI native, you, by yourself, can build something massive.
So we've gone through all of this: tools, levels, agents, the whole shebang. But after everything we've talked about, what is the single most powerful AI tool there is? The answer is your own mind. It's you. AI is incredible, but it can only work with what it's been given. The real spark, the true value, that comes from your original thinking. An AI can spit out a generic website in seconds, sure, but a truly stunning, jaw-dropping website, that's always going to be made by a human. Why? Because that human had an original idea. AI is the tool, but you are the artist. AI doesn't replace your creativity. It gives it superpowers.
So, there it is. That's the roadmap to becoming an AI generalist. The path is laid out. Your journey starts right now. And the only question left is, what are you going to build first?